morning, everybody. Welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, Week 13, NFL Stocks Edition. And now we got a gentleman right over here who feels like he got screwed over by the Michael Parsons trade. Here's Douglas.
What? Stuff back? Well, maybe. I don't know. We could use an edge rushers too. That's for sure. No.
I mean, Packers beat you twice.
I mean, they did. They did indeed, Stu. But I don't think Michael Parsons. He had some nice plays at the end. So I mean, he played a factor. So that's valid.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the reason that we lost, but I think he's a contributing factor for sure.
Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. And now we got a gentleman right over here who is still hoping that Shador can do well, but can't do it in San Francisco. Here's Chris.
I mean, well, we beat the I can't remember who we beat last week. Doesn't matter.
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Okay, then the Raiders are a beatable team. 49ers, obviously, they're in the playoff hunt. I hope no one was expecting Shador Sanders to lead the Browns to a victory. Now, next week, if Shador cannot beat the Tennessee Titans, then he's still a rookie. We have two rookie quarterbacks, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, it's a mess. I always say the Browns are a mess. We'll see what happens.
Maybe Myles Garrett could get like 5 sacks this game against the Titans who can't block anybody, and he'll set the record. That'd be pretty sweet.
In week 13, yeah.
I think Cam Ward's been sacked. I think most in the NFL this year, but maybe that's not. I'm too casual to know fully, but
that's the only thing that's going forward or positively for the Browns is our defensive end and Myles Garrett. But honestly, because our other guy, I forgot his first name, but yeah, Collins, number 96, the other defensive end, he has a season-ending knee injury that happened on Sunday. So hopefully Myles Garrett will get all the action. But also, when you reciprocate that, if he gets all the action, he'll get double or triple teamed. So,
that's indeed. Now, gentlemen, I figured, before we start about the eulogies, we wanted to talk about a quick college football thing. I know, I'm sorry, Douglas, that my Buckeyes ass whipped your Wolverines in Ann Arbor. We wrote an X and M. Sorry, Douglas.
I need to apologize, Stu. When's the win?
Yes, sir. Why are you apologizing?
I never apologize for Michigan winning. I wasn't a shit talker either, but
yeah.
Don't worry. And tomorrow's when we do our podcast tomorrow, I'm going to be so gloaty talking about my Buckeyes right over here.
Oof, well, good thing I'm a game time decision for that podcast then.
Here's my immediate issue, Stu. You're calling them my Buckeyes. But when things aren't going well, you change your language. So you either got to live and die by them, because like when they lose to Michigan, all of a sudden it's like, oh, fire Ryan Day and all this other crap. It's like don't call them your Buckeyes. Don't call them your Dallas Cowboys. Now they're good. Use consistent language that shows that you're true diehard, not a bandwagon fan here, Stu. We don't respect bandwagons on the podcast. Live and die by your Buckeyes.
But instead of
Stuart, take ownership. Come on, man.
Yeah, Stu, come on. Not just on the good times, okay? Now all of a sudden they're not Stu's Chiefs anymore. All of a sudden they're
Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. 66. Whatever. And then all of a sudden Stu's gonna become a Drake May and the Patriots fan by next year.
He's such a likable guy, man. What a likable fellow.
Yes, you didn't know I was a Tom Brady Patriots fan since 2000.
We're talking about Drake May being a likable fellow, sir, not you. Just kidding.
But anyway, we should also say there's also another eulogy this week in college football. We'll probably discuss that a little bit in depth tomorrow. Brian Kelly decided to leave Ole Miss to go to LSU.
Brian Kelly, you mean Lane Kiffin?
You mean Lane Kiffin.
Sorry, Lane Kiffin decided to go.
Yeah. So Brian Kelly got $54 million to leave LSU. I think he's all right.
Yeah. But
what makes no sense, maybe I should have read into it, is Ole Miss not like playing for a playoff spot and then after that playing for a national championship? Are they in the
No, they fully are. They're going to probably host a playoff game and everything else.
So why is Lane Kiffin doing this right before the playoffs start? Well, not right before. Why are they doing it right after the season ends?
Well, because of the transfer portal, and they don't want him poaching players, and like LSU's not going to wait for him because they need to know what they're going to do with their recruits and everything else. And so, like, they would have moved on from him if he was going to tell me that he needed to wait till after the playoff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. So I will say, in the 21st century, of the evilest man in the world, we have Saddam Hussein, we have Vladimir Putin, and we have Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. And I don't have that in complete order. I just want to let you know.
We're about Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Yes. Dr. Evil indeed. But we got some eulogies this week, gentlemen. We had a murder's row of eulogies. We're going to talk about the Tennessee Titans, where it was kind of funny enough. I just kind of listened to the podcast where we talked about everybody was very pessimistic on the Cam Ward on this one. Douglas, I remember you gave him a 3. Christopher gave him a 3. Tree was very pessimistic on this one. He was like, hey, and I figured I texted Tree on the pod. I was like, hey, Tree, this is what you thought about everything. And he was like sort of optimistic. And also he did say Brian Callahan was not a good coach. And his response on Twitter, that record is a genuine statement. They're even worse. They're even worse.
Yeah. I mean, I do struggle to give a team a 1 to start the season personally, but like we should have probably given them a 1 to start the year. I mean, granted, it might be hard to call Cam Ward a bust, Stu, at this stage, but because he's getting no offensive line help. He doesn't have any like elite playmakers. But I don't know. I haven't watched enough to see, but like it kind of feels it's hard to envision him having like a great, like being like living up to the hype of a number 1 pick. But it might just be the situation that he's in. I don't know. Still too early to tell.
I mean, heck, Caleb Williams had a down year last year. Cam Ward down year this year or last year. Whatever. So maybe we'll see an uptick in Mr. Cam Ward next year with the Titans. Yeah, but with a bad offensive line, doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to expect from like this one? And your coach got fired like week 5, and what do you expect? I mean, I didn't expect like greatness on this one. Like, interestingly enough, I should probably look. You gave Tree gave him a 3 and 14. I believe that you guys were very not optimistic on the like very, 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 very pessimistic on that one. You gave on the Tennessee Titans 5 and 12, Chris, and 5 and 12, Douglas.
Oh man, we were.
What are they, 1 and 11, or are they 2 and 10?
Oh yeah, they're 1 and 11 right now. Yeah,
they're like 2 and 10. This team is
no, they're 1 and 11.
Is dog shit. No, they're 1 and 11.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think, who is a better Titan? Last year's Titan with Will Levis, or this year's Titans with Cam Ward?
I mean, I feel like last year's version, like this one just feels like not competitive at all. Like the only game they won was against Arizona, and it was a game that they shouldn't have won, but they had a ridiculous fourth quarter comeback. But like they are one lucky quarter away from being 0 and 12 right now.
Yeah, it's just like it's just been a loss after loss after. It's bad when literally we're all like every week we're like, oh, what do we want to give the Titans? 1. End of story. We don't care.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even care to spend much more time on them now because they're so not interesting. Like, there's not a ton of like, I don't know, like the Giants are a team that you're like, okay, they're 2 and 10, but there's like good players across the team. Like the Titans, they look at the roster and I'm like, what are we excited about with this roster right now? It's not like there's a bunch of like young budding superstars. You have a quarterback that could be good, could be a bust. It's too early to tell with the offensive line issues. It's like, I don't know. There's not much to say about this team, Stu.
Like, yeah, I definitely just feel like this team is pretty much what Cam Ward said about this team. Ass. This team is ass.
Cam Ward said his own team was ass.
Yes. It's like we're ass.
On to the next team that got eliminated. Because too much time on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
no need to talk about it any longer here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Definitely not Titans of the NFL. That's for sure. Probably missing Mike Vrabel.
The New Orleans Saints, where this was other Chris was right over here, and we kind of talked about this team was pretty bad. We had no idea who was going to be the quarterback right there. We had Spencer Rattler
Well, plus
Who?
Tyler Shuck. His last name is spelled Show, but it's pronounced Shuck.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
So I mean, and another thing, the Saints had no idea how to. Maybe it's because it was their rookie quarterback, but they did not use Alvin Kamara properly this season.
Do you think?
What,
Do you think Kamara's losing a step? Like, isn't he kind of like approaching 30 and like potentially also like that Ezekiel Elliott where he just fell off a cliff after like I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's an element there too where he's just like an older back as well because he's been in the league for what 7-8 years it feels like.
Yeah, and plus he already mentioned that he does not want to be traded from New Orleans, or so maybe he just loves the city, but he does not want to be traded. So fine on his part, but utilizing him, apparently they weren't, because Kamara, he's a catching running back. Give him some screens and stuff like that. Apparently they only give him a bunch of runs this season.
Yeah. Interestingly, I should say we all pretty much gave him. Other Chris was on the pod and basically said this team is trash. This team is garbage. Alvin Kamara is not that great. I will say he pretty much gave him the one. They said 2-15.
Smart, Chris, because the Saints are 2-10. They're 5 losses away from.
I said
accurate.
It was pretty much garbage. This team is going to get a 1, and I said 1-16. Oh. And Douglas, you felt very intimidated. You felt bullied a little bit. That you felt like that this Saints team should not get a 1 because you give out 10. You shouldn't give out the guaranteed 10. You shouldn't give out the automatic 1. And then
that's what. Yeah, I just mentioned that earlier. I don't like giving out 1s before they play the game.
But we looked at that schedule, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It made sense.
Pretty much knew that this team was pretty much, bad. Like, nobody expected this team to be good. Like, I think they're kind of in, like, a bad, like, we did say positively that maybe Arch Manning can go to be the Saints.
Sure. What did I give them preseason prediction?
Oh, you weren't there.
Oh, I was there. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing that I feel bad for, I mean, I can't feel bad for any of these guys because they have way more money in their bank account than I do. Yeah, Chris Olave, great wide receiver in an organization that is not the greatest performing of teams. So whether he's happy there or not, I mean, he fantasy wise, Chris Olave produces well, but if he wants to win a championship, a Super Bowl, maybe not be with the Saints. But we'll see what the future has.
I mean, what are you supposed to expect? Like, this team is kind of like, it wasn't like the team is going to be good.
The good news, Stu, is now the Saints don't even need to be the number 1 overall pick to get Arch Manning. I mean, he might be a second round pick at this rate.
Oh, he might be second, third.
I think he's going back to Texas. I think he said that before the year is doing one more full season of Texas. And so maybe next year he'll have a year of starter under his belt. So maybe next year will be a nicer year for Arch because he put up good numbers still.
Yeah, he did make those Aggies cry. So I'll give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful game indeed, I will say. But for the Saints, it's not been a beautiful game. Only won 2 games. We're pretty much trash. Like, nobody expected the Saints to do well. Like,
season's not over. So you said they only won 2 games. Yeah, currently they've only won 2, but they could easily win more than just 2 the rest of the season. There's 5 weeks left in the season.
Hilarious. I mean, I will say it. It would be very hilarious. I think their only wins was the Giants, who suck and already eliminated, and the Panthers. A random Panthers win.
The Panthers that just beat the Rams. So, right. Maybe that's saying something.
Maybe the Saints
and the Panthers that beat the Packers.
No, that's not true. I mean, hey, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs and the Eagles that both made the Super Bowl last year.
Any given Sunday still.
Any given Sunday. That's why, indeed. So, do we have any final thoughts on the Saints not marching in and marching into a disaster?
I think we spent 5 minutes on them, and that feels like 5 minutes too long.
Yeah. So we don't spend 5 minutes on the next team, whether it's the Raiders or the Cardinals. Let's go quick on them.
We got the Cardinals.
These teams are eliminated for a reason.
Yeah, interestingly enough, gentlemen, we were actually a lot more optimistic. This is the only team that we actually got wrong. Interestingly, I kind of thought this was a make or break year for Kyler Murray. I was a little bit like, okay, this could happen. This could be interesting. Yeah, and unfortunately,
it seems like this year broke him. Still, I don't think he's going to play for the Cardinals again as their starting quarterback.
Yeah, did ask that.
I ran a lap around State Farm Stadium here this morning, and I saw no sign of Kyler Murray playing another game for Arizona. Breaking news.
Wow, there's no Kyler Murray jerseys at this point.
No. Everybody's very excited about the Jacoby Brissett era for sure.
Yeah, we basically said that this is make or break it. I said the same thing for Trevor Lawrence. One of them was probably Kyler Murray right there. But I was more I was more like, oh, this division is going to be hard. I think there was only going to be one team that was going to make it. I gave a 4. I gave the record right over here. What did I give the Cardinals? I gave the Cardinals an 8 and 9. I was very much like that.
Wow.
Christopher was pretty much the same, kind of a little bit more pessimistic. I was actually the most pessimistic. He was like, I don't think this team is going to be good. This team's going to be great. He gave him 3 and a 7 and 10 record.
All right. Well, that's not shown too promising.
Douglas.
I was pretty optimistic about them, if I recall.
You were the one that was wrong.
I thought we're all wrong, Sue, to be fair.
Yeah, we were all wrong, sir. No one's guessing correctly.
This one was the raw. We got the universal raw.
So, Stu, here's the thing, though, too, because I'm going to mildly defend this take because you've already offended me here. This team, honestly, they probably should have won a lot more games. Like, they were up, I think they've blown, I don't remember the exact number, but 4 or 5 fourth quarter double-digit leads or something crazy. Like, they've played really good for 3 quarters, a lot of games. They just don't know how to finish games. So there is potential for this to be one of those teams from worst to first for next year still. I will defend my take mildly, even though I was very wrong on the outcome of this year.
Do you guys remember James Conner?
Oh, I know James Conner.
Yeah, starting running back for the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals started out 2-0 in this. I mean, it was wins against the Saints and the Panthers, but they started out 2-0.
Yep.
And then James Conner, I'm not sure which week he got injured, but James Conner was putting up numbers left and right. He was a great running back until he hit the IR and out for the season. So yeah, let's not shun away from the Cardinals.
Well, I mean, they still have Trey McBride. They have Marvin Harrison. They have some players on defense. Like, if they can figure out how to finish games, like, this is one of those teams that, like, kind of like the New York Giants, where it's like there's talent here. Like, the Titans, you don't see the talent or the potential necessarily, but the Cardinals, the pieces are there. If they could be a team like you get a Sam Darnold or like one of these veteran quarterbacks that comes in and can actually move the sticks and win you games, and they could be a scary squad.
They could be scary, but it's so frustrating because, like I said, I think Kyler Murray's probably career in the NFL as a starter is pretty much done at this point. He's probably
at least in Arizona for sure.
Yeah,
hey,
Arizona.
Did we bring it up the other week that Kyler Murray still has his rights to a certain? I'm not sure what team it is in the MLB, but Kyler Murray could still play in the MLB if he wanted to.
Yeah, but it's not I don't think you could. That would be hard. I don't think.
I mean, there's been several professional athletes that have played in multiple sports. So maybe Kyler Murray, maybe he wasn't, meant to be an NFL quarterback at 5'11". So maybe he can excel in the MLB. But this day and age, if he's really in transition, I wouldn't put my money. I would not put my money on it.
No, I think that's pretty much just done. But also, Douglas, you gave him a 7. You gave him a 10 and 7, and you gave him a 6.
I mean, they started 2-0, so it goes on to something.
Remember, Doug also lived in Arizona. He's currently there right now, so maybe a little biased right there.
I literally can see their stadium outside of my hotel window right now. That's how close I am.
Tickets now for the low discount of $25.
Well, I mean, probably even cheaper. So whenever I went to a game here, like game day, I could get one for $5 to $10.
Oh my God! That team's paying $5 to $10 to go to a Cardinals game.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're almost one giant away from free medium sodas.
Speaking about teams that are eliminated, how about the Raiders? Is that the team we're not
yes.
next? Not taking up 5 minutes on the Cardinals. I know how much we love.
All right. As so much for the Cardinals as we got to say, they got shot up. Unfortunately, Cardinals crashed and burned. And now we got to talk about the Raiders, who we were very much. Douglas I was more optimistic. Actually, Douglas was that was more pessimistic. I gave him a 4. I was like, okay, they got Geno Smith, who looked good with them.
I will say it out loud because right now I feel validated with this. I thought Geno Smith was overrated for a long time. We had friends that are in our fantasy football league saying Geno Smith was a good quarterback and he was better than some of these other guys. And I was like, dude, what are we seeing on him? Like, he doesn't have any clutch gene. Like, he has bad turnovers. Like, he had good receivers and he still wasn't doing anything. And see, I don't know. Whatever. Sorry.
Well, the only reason he excelled or did well in Seattle or did okay is because he had DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, who was always a go-to. So yeah, Geno Smith had the weapons, but he excelled because he had those weapons, not because he was the heart of the artillery. It's yeah. And I think I might have been one of those guys who's like, oh yeah, I'd always keep Geno Smith on my bench just in case he would always happen like for one of those big games. But yeah, Geno Smith. No, he's not. He's not the guy.
No, he was not the guy in this one. It's just been like so. Yeah, like it's so like Douglas is actually the more pessimistic. Like he pretty much said that. I was more like, okay, maybe they can improve a little bit.
All right, Stuart, what did you give them? What did Doug give them, and what did I give them?
I believe Douglas gave him a 3 in the preseason. Right. Let me look at the in the preseason right here. Yes, I gave him a 5. Douglas gave him and Chris gave him 4s. And for the teams, I said 7 and 10. Christopher said 5 and 12, and Douglas said 8 and 9.
Oh, so I'm not too far away because I said 5 and 12.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, they're 3 wins away. 2 wins away from that.
Watching the on-field product, like they look like one of the 2 worst teams in the league to me, though. And when being honest, like they get dominated week in, week out. Like there's a reason that they fired their offensive coordinator, and like you have Brock Bowers, who has been hurt a lot this year, but like they have Genty now, an elite running back, Trey Tucker, a solid wide receiver. They have Max Crosby. Like they should be better than what they are too. Like there are pieces here. But unfortunately, they shouldn't have given Geno Smith the amount of money they gave him.
No.
They should have gotten Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I should say that this is actually interesting. I said Geno Smith was better than Gardner Minshew last year. After this year, who was the better quarterback? Gardner Minshew or Geno Smith?
Well, Geno Smith was a starter. Gardner Minshew, he's not a starter. He's probably a backup.
Well, didn't he do good the years he led Jacksonville, or at least better than this Raiders team?
Yeah, he did. He did do a lot better, but still, it's like.
Yeah.
And also, I will say, I don't think Pete Carroll should coach anymore. I think I hate to say it.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought when he was leaving Seattle, like he didn't have that edge anymore,
Yeah, I don't think he had the weapons right over there, but still, like. Come on, man. I think he's done. I mean, maybe we'll give him one more year. We'll see how Pete Carroll does it. But honestly, it's time for you to retire. I know you're a borderline Hall of Famer, and that's what I said. But it's a young man's coaching game.
Yeah, the tide has turned.
The tide has turned. You know what I mean? Your old ways are not going to work in the modern coaching area. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, can we go on to a sad note, Stu, and just talk about the Lions already? I want to.
Yeah. But I will say it. Unfortunately, for the Las Vegas Raiders, the Outlaws did not outlast. Done it. And now we got to talk about the saddest of all sad news. Your Detroit Lions got absolutely obliterated. Not by much.
I mean, they lost by a touchdown, but sure.
I know you might have got
goose eggs and the absolutely obliterated.
I was saying we
24-20, 31-24.
Well, and I mean the thing is too, like we were so close to getting one more chance with the ball too, and we stopped them on the 3rd down. And then I mean they made the right call. They went for it on 4th down to kind of seal the game, and it was a well contested catch, but ultimately they made the play. So it's kind of it was a little bit of a bummer, But like honestly too. The Lions, their offensive line has some concerns, and they were going to get back Frank Ragnow, but he failed his physical, which was a huge bummer because we kind of needed him to come back. Like we need to kind of restructure the offensive line. I think the Lions, and I've been saying this for a while, they're a little bit too confident in the guys in the building. and they need to make some moves. And like I do think their GM's been a little bit too stubborn on this, where he's just like, oh, these are our guys. It's like, yeah, but like they're all getting older, and like you can't just pay them and just like if you're like the Kansas City Chiefs and you just won a Super Bowl or like you've been there, okay, I get paying your guys and like maybe you're overpaying them, but you're paying them for a championship. Like this was a team that lost in the first round that they played to the playoffs last year. They've never made it to a Super Bowl. It's like you clearly needed something else to get over that hump. But I think them going 15-2 last year has been like kind of a curse, because I think that we just assume that, oh, you run it back and then you'll just be just as good when you start clicking. And it hasn't worked. I mean, there's been promising moments, but there's also like obviously concerns. I mean, you don't get to 7-5, and like we've lost a lot of hard games, like we've lost a lot of weird games. I still, I'm not gonna lie to you, though, I still like our odds against the Cowboys this week. Sorry, no disrespect, but like
we literally beat the Chiefs.
Dude, I really cool. That's great. Cool story, bro.
Sorry, bro, on a podcast.
Yeah, sorry, Stu. I mean, it'll be a good game. I mean, the Lions are favored by 3 points, and like that sounds about right, because it'll be interesting how good Quinnen Williams does for the Cowboys, but that can be a later discussion here.
But
I mean, the Lions need to fix some things, and I mean, if Amon-Ra St. Brown misses this game, then it might be a slightly different discussion, which it'll be interesting. He didn't practice today, so that's going to be a big concern.
Yeah. So he's 50-50, what I heard, right? He's
50-50. Sam Laporta's out for the season. I think Brock Wright's now hurt. So it's like we're going to need Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams to have really nice weeks this week to have a chance. Kerryon Arnold also just went on the IR. It's like the Lions have bad injury luck on top of everything else. But so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, if they lose this one, I think the season's kind of over, unfortunately. So this is kind of a do or die game for them this week.
Yeah, and I should say last week, Christopher and Douglas gave 6s. I've been still remaining a 5 on the Lions. They are technically still number 8 right now. And they're fighting. And I say it, next week is their breaker. This is their make or break. If they lose,
I truly think the Lions need to finish 4-1 to make the playoffs. So like that means probably lose, like theoretically you win all your games but lose at the Rams, and you probably still make it because the Bears still play the Packers twice. And we own the tiebreaker against the Bears, so like you kind of hope that the Bears drop a few games. The Bears still have to play in San Francisco and the Packers twice. And so it's like if we beat the Cowboys, then there's no real competition for that next spot. So it's like this might be a big tiebreak type of a game too for the Lions. So
and I think it's gonna be tough because you got to play against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
The week after that, that's a tough one. That's a make or break. That's a tough one. Steelers, I'm a little bit faulty right now. I don't. I feel like that's one you did lose to the Vikings, and now it's gonna be at home, and then you're gonna play against the Bears.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Like the Bears one could very well be for like a playoff spot there, because I mean, I think when we play the Vikings again, I mean, their offense is flatlined. I think that should go more the Lions' favor, but you never know. I mean, we obviously did well against the Bears the first time, but you never know. So I mean, if you beat the Packers and then you go 3-1, or you beat the Cowboys, I don't know. There's still a very real path. I mean, looking at NFL.com, the Lions have like basically a 50-50 shot at making it. But if they lose this week, I mean, it's you're feeling real bad about it. But you beat the Cowboys, you're sitting there at 8-5, and then you're not hating your odds because then the Bears or the Packers play each other twice. So one of them they both at least have 1-2 losses there. So like there's room to catch up. The Bears play the 49ers. Those are 2 teams we're chasing. So there's lots of big matchups if the Lions handle their business, but the Lions got to handle their business.
Yeah. So what do you think, Douglas?
I mean, for sure, 5. I mean, they're like a game and a half out of a playoff spot right now. Like they have less than a 50. Like I think it's 50-50, maybe a little bit less. So it's like, you lose this one, season's kind of done. You beat the Cowboys, and you feel like you have a decent shot still.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do feel like this is going to be the make or break for the for the Lions right there.
And the Cowboys too, Stu. I mean, the Cowboys have a 16% chance, but you beat the Lions, that feels a little bit better. But you lose to the Lions, and you're sitting there with a losing record, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think for both of these teams, this is basically make or break it. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
this is big time Thursday night game. That's for sure.
Big time Thursday night game. It's like making the playoffs of the playoffs. And I hate to say it, I think either the Lions or the Cowboys are going to make the postseason. One of them will make it, and it's going to be whoever wins this game.
Wow.
And I think for right now,
hot takes too. Hot take.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the Cowboys have an easier schedule after the Lions, but like I said,
well, yeah, I mean, just because they have an easier schedule doesn't mean like the teams that are in front of both those teams don't have an easier or harder schedule. But yeah,
best case for the Cowboys if they win out is what 10-6-1. Like that's super iffy on a playoff spot, or are they 6-5? So they could be 11-5-1.
They're 6-5-1 right now. Yeah.
No, so I mean they still, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, Stu. I mean, the Cowboys lose this one, though. It does feel like that's kind of too big of a hill to climb with.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably much mean the season's pretty much over. So I'm going to give the Lions right now a 5 right now. Ooh. It is kind of a frustrating year. I feel like it would suck if they don't make the postseason. I feel like if the Lions there should, if they don't make the postseason, there's going to have to be some repercussions. I don't think Dan Campbell needs to be fired or anything like that, but I do think there should be some structural changes if they don't make the postseason right now.
Well, I mean, and the one thing I was reading today is basically saying that, I mean, no matter what happens, we need to rebuild our offensive line. Like the reason we've been good is we had arguably the best offensive line in the league. We still have probably the best right tackle, but the rest of the offensive line is kind of average at this point. And it's like that's rushing Jared Goff, which is then making the whole offense just not click. And so it's like we're missing something to this team, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're missing indeed.
And I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna go from a 6 to a 5. That's why I said hot take, Stuart. You said the winner of this Thursday night game between the Cowboys playing in Detroit, the winner of that is gonna go to the playoffs. I said hot take because I don't think either of these teams are gonna make the playoffs because the NFC West is too tough. Well, there's gonna be 3 teams from the NFC West going to the playoffs. And I believe the Packers are going to make the playoffs as well. So 3 teams from the NFC West, 2 teams from the AFC North. Lions are not one of them. So sorry, Lions fans.
Well, so here's the thing, though, if the Bears beat the Packers twice, then the Packers have a sus record and the Lions could pass them. It's like that Bears-Packers playing twice as big, and the Bears playing the 49ers is big too. It's like there's a lot of big matchups that are all like the 49ers. Their last 3 games are all against teams with like 9 or more wins, I think.
Yeah, it's so funny because he thought there was going to be an easy road ahead for the 49ers, and it's like, turns out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating who sneaks into the end of the playoffs here. Like, I mean, the Bears are the number 1 seed, and they could easily still slip up and miss the playoffs entirely, in my mind, with how rough their schedule is.
I mean, they got a rough schedule. It's going to be an interesting one. This is honestly going to be an interesting one.
Because, I mean, they're 9-3, but they play the 49ers, the Packers twice, and the Lions. So, I mean, that's 4 solid games out of their last 5 or 6. It's like, man, they could easily drop all those games.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, indeed. And now we got the Green Bay Packers. Go Packs, go. Win this game right over here. I'll probably go first on... And, I got to say this. As the Packers hater, number 2, team that's traumatized me as a Cowboys fan. Lions, why couldn't you win that game? Why?
Because Jared Love knows how to throw the ball. They don't have to rely on Mr. Joshua Jacobs.
Yeah, and I guess we can talk about the one.
Share the love, share the ball. You got it, Jordan.
We could talk about that one controversial call where there was a timeout, and I guess they could have been offsides, but...
I mean, that was for sure baloney. I mean, I very clearly called the timeout after, but it wasn't even close. Like, that's the frustrating part. Like that, like how, and like this. Sorry to go back to college, but how both road teams that played in Michigan this weekend got really crummy calls in their favor. Absolute garbage. Like absolute garbage on both fronts. Like you cannot tell me Matt LaFleur got that timeout. Like the dude jumps and he's standing in the backfield, and then he's sitting there like this. Like, come on, man! Like, you got to be better than that. That was atrocious.
I mean, it was funny because I remember I listened to Tom Grossi's YouTube, and he was like, "Hey, refs, so it was like they paid the refs," and it's like, "Hey, Packers fans," it's like, yeah, refs. What's your Venmo account again? At NFLrefs@hotmail.com.
That's good.
Okay, I had to laugh at it. But hey, the Packers did win this game. This was probably a good game for them to win. I mean, they're definitely in that interesting spot for right now because, like I said, they are in the wild card spot right now. I believe they would be playing against the Eagles.
Yeah,
and the
theoretically
Eagles
against the
are a
Eagles.
little bit sus also. Both teams look very sussy indeed. But could the Packers beat the Eagles?
Don't worry about if they could beat the Eagles. How about them actually making the playoffs? Because this playoff chase is getting tight.
Yeah, it is very tight indeed. Like it's very tight. But like I said, trying to think, do I give them the 7? Do I be nice and give them the 7? But then there's also a lot of sussy times. But then they also kind of suck. But it's so frustrating because I feel like the Packers in this season has been have a good game and then you lose and you lay an egg.
I mean, I think that's mostly NFC, though. That's what's hard. Like, the Rams have been the only consistent one, but they just lost to the Panthers. The Seahawks have been sussy. The 49ers have been oddly consistent. It's like they're on a nice 5-game winning streak or something. But, like, every team in the NFC has, like, weeks where they're like, they might be the best team in the league. Then they turn around the next week and they're like, I'm going to let Bryce Young have a career day today.
Yeah. So you know what? Just for my saltiness and my Eagles hate, I'm giving them the 7, just because I'm biased.
Wow. All right, Stu.
I'm just saying. I just like, you know what? Maybe the Packers can do it, and I feel like the Eagles could collapse. So
Yeah, honestly, I like what you're saying. So we gave the Packers a 6 last week. Do I go into a 7? I mentioned earlier that Josh Jacobs did not have a touchdown. Jordan Love, four touchdowns in that game on Thanksgiving. He was clearly giving the ball, and thanks to his wide receivers catching those touchdowns. But man, do they deserve a 7? I'm gonna keep them at a 6. It was a tight game there on Thanksgiving. This upcoming game against the Bears, I believe it's a home game for the Packers though, but that might be a division deciding who's going to win the division. So you'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I like what Stu's saying, though. I mean, I think this team is very complete. I'm going to go with a 7, too. Like, I don't think they're the best in the NFC, but I think they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams personally. Like, I think they're very complete, good defense. Jordan Love's playing pretty decent, too. So it's like, I could see him making a little run at something here.
Nice. Let's go.
yes, they made a run. Indeed. And now
let's go.
them Chiefies losing. Boys. It was such a great game. Honestly.
Speaking of losers.
Yeah, so the Chiefs, it is still like weird. They are still 6-6 right now. They are technically not making the postseason. Last week we gave the Chiefs all 5s still consistently. They are technically in the 10th spot right now, but this is like a murderer's row of everybody else that's in the 10s.
Sir, don't say the 10th spot like it's like a good spot to be in.
I'll say, Stu, like, you were sounding so biased. Like, the entire way that you were talking is just pissing me off because you were just saying, like, they're still in the mid. Like you're sitting here saying that the Eagles are sus. You're sitting here saying that the Lions are 7-5 and the world is falling. And the Chiefs comes like, but they're 6-6. But they're okay. They're a great 6-6.
They're a mid 6-6, okay?
Exactly. They're literally a mid team in the bottom 2, like third of the AFC right now, with losing the tiebreaker to every team in front of them. Like, the postseason path is dim, Stu.
Hard road ahead. I'm not gonna lie. So the next week they got to play. They got the Texans, the Chargers, but like I said, if Justin Herbert's out, that's not.
I mean, he shouldn't be. He'll be back. He probably is going to play next week.
And then the Broncos, and then the Titans, which, like I said, that's a guarantee win, pretty much.
Down for the Chiefs.
It's like garbage team, and they kick their ass. I'm just.
No, you're right, Stu. I'm just trolling.
Yeah, that's a 50-50. That's not great. And then the Raiders, and then it's going to depend on that one. So, okay, we'll start with you, Christopher. What do you think you're going to give the Chiefies?
I mean, I'm going to keep them at a 5. I mean, there's a couple teams that are worse than them that deserve a 4. I don't think the Chiefs are right there because, I mean, the Dolphins are 5-7. Chiefs are 6-6. The Dolphins might be a 4. That means we can't give the Chiefs a 4. And I still believe the Chiefs are not going to make the playoffs. That's why a 5 in the definition is a team that's just gonna barely miss the playoffs, and that's what the Chiefs are.
Do you know what's funny is like if you would have told me the Texans playing the Chiefs would have been an interesting game 3 weeks ago, we all would have laughed at that. But the Texans have changed the perspective on them and their season overnight. Like they were a team that we were like laughing at like a mere month ago, and now all of a sudden they're sitting there 7-5, one game out of the division, one of the best defenses in the league. And like all of a sudden this game is like feeling really tough for the Chiefs. I mean, granted it's at Arrowhead. But, like, man, oh, man, dude, like, that defense, like, can they keep up with the Chiefs' offense? Maybe, because their defense is a bunch of absolute game wreckers.
Yeah, if Will Anderson shows up again, oh, man, Patrick Mahomes is in for a surprise.
Yeah. I was just saying, this is by no means this is a give-me that it once looked like for the Chiefs. And, I mean, it's rough. I mean, their postseason odds are, like, in the 30% range right now. Just because of, like, you have a team like the Jaguars that are 2 games clear of them with the tiebreaker. You have the Chargers that are 2 games clear of them with the tiebreaker.
I think you're looking at NFL.com. I'm looking at ESPN.com, so the percentages might be a little bit different. But based on ESPN.com, Chiefs have a 41% chance of making the playoffs. So,
what are the Lions at, out of curiosity? Are they like
based on ESPN.com, Lions are at a 44% chance. Whereas I think you said NFL had him at like a 48 or 46 or whatever.
I'll say it's roughly the same, but I mean this Chiefs team though, Stu. I mean, I was watching ESPN too, and a lot of the experts are starting to say it's panic time. Like it's truly panic time because it's like they're not in a spot where they even really control their own destiny. No. You know, it's like even if they win out, which I mean, if they win out, they're 11-5, like whatever, 11-6, and they're still going to make it. But I mean, they got to stay at a 5. I mean. Yeah. You know, you beat the Texans, things might shift a little bit, but you lose this game, and I think you're pretty much done.
Yeah, I think this is the make it break it. The same thing with the Lions. I mean, the Chiefies, it's kind of been like a tough year right there. Do I think the Chiefs are going to make the postseason? Gun to my head right now.
So if you had to put your life savings on it, would you put the Chiefs?
Well, didn't you give them a 5 last week, Stu? When have we ever raised a team after a loss?
Well, I think we all gave them a 5 communally, so maybe Stuart gave them a 6.
Like, there's one time I gave them the 6 because they made the postseason. I think I gave them a 7 because I thought they were going to beat the Patriots because they were in that spot. But I got to give them the 5 for right now. They're in that make it or break it right now. I mean, they're not in I definitely can't put them in the 4 because, like I said, they do have a 500 record. So that's still at least a 5 team in my eyes. So, but it's definitely not looking good right over there, indeed.
Man, I cannot wait for week 17 where we can talk about the Chiefs being the eliminated team.
Yes. You've got to X them out. I'm going to put an X on you, Douglas, not an E, just for you. If the Chiefs get eliminated, I'm going to put the X.
Not if, but when they get eliminated.
When they get eliminated, indeed. But look.
You said it, sir. Thanks.
Oh, my God. They looked amazing. How does it feel that the Cowboys beat 2 teams that made it to the Super Bowl last year? It's
so let's immediately slow down a little bit.
Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
These aren't the same teams that won the Super Bowl last year. Let's be clear. You have a struggling Chiefs that are 6-6. You have an Eagles team that has absolutely zero offense. So let's slightly. And you were down 21-0 to the Eagles. So you won the game. That's great. But let's slightly pump the brakes. So you could be excited. The Cowboys are looking good. They have a chance. There's more life than me and Chris thought. But let's not say that they're world beaters right now either. Let's find the nice humble middle ground here for the squad.
World beaters, greatest team ever.
I mean, sir, at the end of the first quarter when the Cowboys were down 14-7. Actually, I'm not going to ask that question to you, Doug. when the Cowboys were down 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. Did you think the Cowboys still had a chance to win the game?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the offense of the Cowboys is really good. I mean, I will give them that. I mean, it's
George Pickens, Devontae Williams, amazing.
That wide receiver duo, the offense is elite, and if they can just get decent play from the defense, and they have a chance. And they're getting decent defensive plays, so they got a chance.
But George Pickens is a grown man. He was scoring some TDs. Dak
George Pickens right now better than CeeDee Lamb.
I might have to say it. I think George Pickens might be better than CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it right now. You don't have to say it questionably. I'm saying it right now.
I know he had like CeeDee Lamb got more yardage.
Doesn't matter in yards. Like, are you? How much are you contributing your team to winning the game?
Yeah, and
I mean, the thing is, I think they're like 1A and 1B because they're both clear wide receiver ones, and that's the hard part. Like, not many teams in the league have 2 wide receiver ones, and they might be the only team with 2 clear cut wide receiver ones. Like maybe the Bengals with T. Higgins and Jamar, but like they aren't both producing at a level like this.
And I got to give impressed to the defense. I think honestly, Quinnen Williams has really improved the defense so much.
Yeah.
Like if we did not have Quinnen Williams, we probably would not beat the Pack. We would probably not beat the Chiefs. We'd probably not beat the Eagles. We would probably beat the Raiders. Let's be honest, because the Raiders are dog shit.
I mean, and he's going to give you guys a way better chance against the Lions because the Lions are struggling in the middle right now. So I mean, that's going to potentially be a factor here against Detroit too.
I will be honest with you, Jared Goff is not good under pressure. Dak is very good under pressure. The one thing I do like Dak is like he doesn't do these like long dive bombs. He just sometimes does. He's like, okay, I'm going to do a short curve yard pass and it gets like an 8-10 yards for a first down. You know what I mean? He's not doing like the super like, oh my god, I got to throw a Hail Mary right there.
Stuart, I love what you're saying, Stuart, about Dak being pretty much a superhero.
Yeah,
I hope that the Cowboys lose.
How dare you?
5 straight games.
How dare you?
Come back in 5 weeks like, wow, Dak Prescott is terrible.
No, it is not Dak. Ray Dakota Prescott has won 3 games. CeeDee Lamb is a grown man. We got Brandon goddamn kicking Aubrey, who could probably kick a 70-yarder.
All right, so last week we all.
So I will say that
the Cowboys being a 5. What are we doing here this week?
Yeah, I gave a 5 last week. Also, I do feel like they have a soft schedule towards the end. They got the Lions. That's going to be the tough one. I think that's going to be the toughest one of this week. This is make it or break it for the Cowboys. But if we beat the Lions, we got Vikings. JJ ain't going to beat the JJ ain't going to do nothing. No. At Dallas. Chargers. It's going to depend on if Herbert comes back. That could be a 50-50. And then Commanders, their season's done. Giants, their season's done. We can win those 2.
I mean, the Commanders, though, they just put up a heck of a game against the Broncos there. So, like, there is some life in Washington, so let's not just automatically count that as a win. Like, they just played some nice ball. The Lions will be tough. The Chargers are 8-4, aren't they? Like, they're a legit in the middle of the playoff race. So it's like, that's not a great, easy schedule. Like, it's easy-ish, but you're playing 2 teams with a winning record, the team that was in the NFC Championship game last year, and the Giants.
But we got Raymond Dakota Prescott.
All right,
I mean, that's fair, but you're saying that the schedule's easy, but anytime that you're playing all these teams with a winning record, it's not just, you're acting like the Chargers are like, oh, wow, we're playing against the Lions and the Chargers. Like, those are 2 very losable games, too.
Okay. Lions is 50-50. But the Chargers kind of look sucky. I'm just saying. I don't think the Chargers might make the postseason. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need to improve some stuff, but
like I could see a Chargers collapse. I could see the Chargers collapse. I could see a Jaguars collapse. But I'm going to give them the 5 for right now because, like I said, they don't make the postseason right now, but they do have a shot.
And I'm going to give them a 5 as well because earlier I said doesn't matter this Thursday night game. Cowboys play in Detroit. Doesn't matter if it was in Dallas. Neither of these teams play on Thursday night. Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions are going to make the playoffs. So yeah, 5 for me.
You gave him a 4 last week. Give him
a 5. Yeah, I mean, I'm also at a 5. I mean, this week's do or die. Like, honestly, the loser of this game is probably eliminated. Probably the biggest Thursday night game we've had that I can ever remember.
And it should be the most entertaining Thursday night game. I hope this game is like 48-44. I love high scoring games. So
yeah, I love high scoring games indeed. And now we got to talk about the Baltimore Ravens, Douglas, who got embarrassed badly. Honestly, I felt like this game was more the Ravens were bad instead of Baltimore was good. And the crazy part is they are still in the division lead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what's wild is the Bengals still have a technical shot at the division here.
Which is embarrassing because they're 6-6. There's teams that are literally out of the wild card, and have a better record than the Bengals.
Well, I mean, this is where, like, why can't the Lions ever play in a division like this, you know? We could be sitting there 7-5 with a full game lead and be
The
feeling
Lions
good.
just, I forgot. I think that was like 2018. Like, that division was pretty, like, I think it was like the Bears made it in. And like, I think the Lions were still atrocious because it was Matt Patricia's Lions, just saying.
I could have swore a couple times during the podcast that we said like the AFC North and the NFC North are going to be the toughest divisions. Now look at this AFC North. This AFC North is on the rocks.
Now, this is going to be interesting. They would be playing against the Chargers, who both are sussy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give a 6-6 team a 7, so like they're going to be a 6 for me. It's like you just got, and like honestly, I thought pretty hard the Bengals would win this game, and I don't know why, but just seeing how thoroughly the Bengals won, it's like, ugh. Like, too bad the Bengals couldn't have won one of those other games. You know, they're sitting there 1 game out. Like the Bengals, like 2 games out feels a little tough, but man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Ravens. Okay, you might hate me on this one, but I'm not thinking. I gave him a 7. We all gave him 7s.
Yeah, we gave him 7s last week.
I think I might give him the 5. So hear me out. This is more an indictment on the AFC North than how good the division is, because a 6-6 team should not be making postseasons. If you put the Baltimore Ravens in the West, the South, NFC East, would the Ravens make a postseason?
No, I mean that doesn't matter because they're in a division for a reason. We're not.
I mean, that's what I'm just trying to make sure we don't. If let's just say theoretically, like a team was like 7-10 and made a postseason, they don't deserve a 6, in my opinion. Like
but in the definitions in this podcast, a team that makes it the postseason is a 6.
Yes, or I will always say 5 is like a really bad division. And I would say that's a good example, like a 7-10 team. There was like a 1 year when it was like the Commanders made it, and they were like 6-11.
I doubt that the division winner, and right now since we have 18 weeks in the season, 17 games played for each team, I doubt there's gonna be a division winner that's 7-10. No. Ravens, they're gonna be a 6, just because how the Steelers are playing. Ravens. I know they lost. Joe Burrow's back. Whoop-de-doo. Great. Good job, Joe Burrow. Two touchdowns. But I feel like the Ravens, currently how they're playing, are going to be the division champions, how they're currently playing.
Yeah, I think we have Steelers-Ravens this week too, right? That should be a big time.
It should be a big time. It's going to be interesting.
Wait, what about the Ravens? What do they do this week?
I think they play the Steelers for the division lead.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be interesting because it is against the Steelers, like I said. And the Steelers...
And it's a home game. It's in Baltimore.
But I will say this: both teams look sorry as hell right now. Both teams do not look good. So then they got to play against the Steelers, then the Bengals again, then the Patriots, then the Packers, and then the Steelers.
That's the Ravens' remaining schedule. Yeah, tough.
Ravens' remaining schedule. That's a hard burden
there for your Ravens.
Yeah, that is. There is no gimme games at this point. It's a tough murder's row right there.
And that's why I gave them the 6, because based on their schedule, they could slump down to a 5, probably not a 4, but they could easily slip down.
You know what would be hilarious if this game ties?
I mean, there's only room for one tie in the season.
I'm just saying.
That's for America's team.
What if they tied twice? Instead of both of them winning 1 game, let's just get 2 ties between Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right.
The most Baltimore-Pittsburgh win. I would laugh. I would lol so hard. But now, look at this.
You know what I just realized is that all AFC North teams have outdoor fields, except for when the Browns get their indoor field starting in 2029. So that'd be amazing. You guys said, if they tie the rest of their games, or when they play each other again twice. Yeah, if the weather, if it's a snowstorm, a 3-3 tie. Yeah, when the Browns get that indoor stadium, the weather might not be a factor. Man, Didn't realize that till now that all the AFC North teams have outdoor stadiums.
Yes, indeed, right here. And now look at this. The Baltimore Ravens, the power of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow
Cincinnati Bengals
is back in the Bengals right now. They won a game against the Ravens. Granted, not the yes, against the Ravens. It was a blowout by 20 points, 32-14, 18 points. That game was not good. I'll be honest with you. That was more the Bengals. That was probably more the Ravens actually sucked that game than the Bengals looked good. The defense actually did something, but I feel like it's more like this team is sus. I don't think the defense is still good. So I'm going to start with myself. So last week we gave the Bengals all 2s. Like I said, and I'll bump them up to the 3. You did win this game against the Ravens, who is in the division lead right now, but you still have a tough murder's row. You have Bills, Ravens, and then you got the Dolphins, who kind of look a little bit mid, but like the Bengals look a little bit mid. Cardinals, their season's done, and the Clownies, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's back. The Bengals might be back. We'll see throughout the next 5 weeks of the regular season. Bump up from a 2 to 3. Even though Jamar Chase did not have a receiving touchdown, he still had 110 receiving yards. That's amazing. So, yeah, comfortable with 3 as well.
And no locker room drama. Look at this. We had no locker room drama.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the fence of giving them a 4 just because it was like such a big time win. But I don't think I can quite justify that. But I'm really excited that we get to see Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen and what should be hopefully a good game. But I'll go with a 3 for now. They beat the Bills. I mean, you might go all the way up to a 5 in my mind.
Yeah,
Because all of a sudden you're right there, like in the thick of the division. If you beat Baltimore a second time, you know, like they could make a push for it. As weird as that sounds, they beat the Steelers once this year already.
Yeah, that would be the most hilarious thing because I think they only have like 9. They have like 8 losses, right?
Yes, I mean they could finish 9-8, but if you beat Baltimore twice, and yeah,
The most ridiculous thing is the freaking Bengals make the division with a 9-8 record.
I mean, this division is – and trash is not the great adjective, but
Dumpster fire, tire fire.
No, not dumpster fire. Like this division is not that, but like this Bengals Bills game should be because the Bengals have a trash defense, almost a dumpster fire defense. So this Bengals Bills game should maybe 90 points combined.
Let's go. Let's go.
It goes indeed in this one. And now we gotta sing my favorite song again. The Eagles are frauds. The Eagles are frauds. They lost again to a Bears team. How does it feel, Douglas, that they're not going to win a playoff game? This team is a bunch of fraudulent. I even got my used to say.
You said they're not going to win a playoff game, but that still means they're still going to make the playoffs.
I still think they could make the playoffs. That would be hilarious if the Eagles did not make the playoffs. It would probably
I mean, if they lose all the rest of their games, I mean, maybe the Cowboys can win the division still. Who knows?
Would be the most hilarious. Wouldn't that be the most hilarious thing? But like I said, the Philadelphia Eagles lost this game, I believe, 24-15. Like I said, it was kind of basically the Bears controlled this game pretty much for the most part.
You know, it's crazy. Looking at my notes, week 11, we had the Eagles at an 8. Last week, we had the Eagles at a 7.
8. And this week, you know, they would be still making the postseason. They would be playing against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup.
I don't like that matchup, indeed. I know that's in Philly, but still, I think I'm going to have to bump them down. You got 2 losses in a row. I'm bumping them down to the 6. I'm trying to get my Eagle bias, my Eagle hatred.
I mean, are you though, Stu? Are you? Well, yeah.
But I'm looking at the stats. Like they're not producing as much. They're not doing as well. I know that AJ Brown is complaining about this team and this organization right now. And it's kind of showing like that's not good when you have people in the locker room. No matter what is your thoughts about AJ Brown, that's not good when you have players that are complaining right now. It's not good. Not a good sign of chemistry.
Wait, was AJ Brown complaining? He had 2 touchdowns in the game.
Yes.
Was he complaining about the loss?
That they should have done better.
I know. Last year he was complaining about not having enough receptions or targets.
Yeah.
Now he's complaining about them losing. Is that factual?
Well, I mean, he's also complaining about the targets again because, like, then they're kind of forcing him the ball. And he put up numbers. I mean, he put up like 131 yards and 2 touchdowns this week, but then they lost. So it's like Saquon's doing nothing. They're just kind of broken on offense right now.
Producing as much compared to last year.
Well, I mean, not even just compared to last year, just like in general. Like the dude is like a Chuba Hubbard. Like he's just like kind of basically producing at a backup level.
Like at this point, is it like is Jalen Hurts going to be like, you know, Carson Wentz? We're literally at the end of his career.
I mean, it's not Jalen Hurts. It's not Jalen Hurts.
I'll say, Stu, and here's the hard part too. This one's meant to be directly at the Cowboys. He's going to have more Super Bowl rings than Ray Dakota Prescott as well, Stu.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, Stu.
Yeah, facts are facts, Stuart.
That's not good.
Yeah, give me the Eagles at a 6, because hypothetically they'd be playing the Packers. We gave the Packers a 7.
No, I think they would be playing against the Seahawks.
No, hypothetically they'd be playing the Packers.
Oh wait, would they be playing against the Packers? Yeah, they would be playing against the Packers. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think.
I mean, either way, a couple of L's. I mean, I'm happy with the 6. I mean, unless they start producing an offense, I mean, they're not really going to be a threat. And like it's a stretch, but they still could lose the division to the Cowboys if they just really can't get anything going.
Yeah, I honestly feel like this is kind of reminding me of the Philly team of 2 years ago than the Philly team last year. They were just like they were very big. They were barely beating teams. Barely, even bad teams, and they were like barely happening. And then they just had a collapse. And then I was like, mark my words, Douglas, they're gonna have like a terrible like postseason. And then they just like got.
Well, yeah, and then when they played the Lions, they got why do the Lions always get screwed with the refs? There was that phantom pass interference call. There's the phantom timeout against the Packers. Like, unbelievable. I can't believe that A.J. Brown thing was called a pass interference against the Lions still. So screw you, Philly. I hope you miss the playoffs.
I hope Philly does miss the playoffs on that one. But also, for the postseason for the Eagles, they got to play against the Chargers. We got to see if Herbert's back or not. That's not good if Herbert's not back. That might be an easy. Then the Raiders, Commanders, Bills, and Commanders. So theoretically, they should make the postseason.
I mean, they should. They probably will. I mean, they'll win some games. I mean, there's still enough talent on this team, but like it's concerning. But I mean, the Bears might just be better than we're all saying they are too. Like,
yeah,
so, I mean,
like I feel like there's that meme of just like 8-4, and it's just like Philly fans, and they're just like crying. They're like that, they're like depressed and sadness, and then it's like Bears fans, we're 9-3.
I mean, shoot, if I was sitting at the number 1 seed right now, I'd be pretty stoked too. Well, and that's what's crazy is like the Lions are only 2 games back of the number 1 seed in the NFL or in the NFC, and it feels like the sky is falling. But it's like they're only 2 games out of the number 1 seed against a team that they absolutely destroyed earlier this season. It's like the NFL's really weird this year.
It is a very weird one, but like I said, we'll see how this one goes indeed. And then look at this, the Chicago Bears. The Bears now have the bye. They have a shot of making – it is crazy. Who would have thought – that was not in my 2025 bingo card of the NFL season that the Chicago Bears at one point would have the number 1 seed in the NFC with a 9-3 record.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So last week we gave them a 7. Do I go to an 8? I don't. Man, I mean, the way they're playing, technically their stock should increase.
Yeah,
man.
But I will say, do you think they could beat anyone that makes it in the postseason? Let's just say the low seeds, like I said.
I mean, yeah, they could. They could beat teams that are going to make the postseason from the NFC. But I'm going to keep them at 7. I mean, who the Bears play next week?
They have to play right now. So the Chicago Bears.
Well, no, next week it's the Bears playing in Green Bay.
49ers Lions. That's another murderous row.
What was Stuart?
I said they got to play against the Packers, Browns, Packers, 49ers, and Lions, and that's a murderous row. only easy game is the Browns, and that's it.
I was telling you gentlemen this earlier. I mean, there's still a very strong chance that they don't even make the playoff. I mean, not a strong chance.
Right.
That's way too strong of a word. But there's definitely a very real possibility that this is still a team that at the number 1 seed now could miss the playoffs with that brutal schedule. I mean, that's 4 solid teams. And I mean, the Browns could give. I'm going to go with the 7-2. I don't think that they're a guarantee to make the NFC Championship game. I mean, they can prove themselves though if they keep winning. Beat the Packers, beat the 49ers, and you're looking real legit.
I honestly might give them an optimistic, Douglas. I might give them the 8. I'm thinking about it. I think they're going to get the 8 because here's why: they get that bye. And I think they could probably beat any of those. Like, I think they could beat the Seahawks. I think they could beat the Packers. I think they could be like any of those teams that are in that mid. And then they just have to win one game, and then they're in the NFC Championship. Theoretically. It's not a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they can definitely do it. And I think I'm loving Caleb Williams. It's so funny, Fyodor. Is he a bust right now? Is that man a bust? Even in his silence, he knows in his heart of hearts that the Chicago Bears are not bust. Caleb Williams was a great quarterback. I will ASMR right now, Douglas, just to talk about that. And now we got to talk about the next one. The LA Rams, where they rammed it to a what? A loss? What? I can't believe it. I thought they were guaranteed to beat the Panthers. But they lost this game 28-31. It was a close game. They're now the 2nd seed right now. They've lost their mojo. We pretty much gave the Rams an 8. Yes. So what are you thinking? So I am pretty much – so for right now, the LA Rams, we all gave them 8s last week. They would be playing against the San Francisco 49ers, which are very sussy right now. But the Rams did lose to like a mid team right over here. So I don't know on this one. So in the end of their schedule right now, they got to play against the Cardinals, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, and Cardinals. They do have an easy road ahead to make that postseason. Only 2 tough teams.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much a postseason lock at this point. I mean, it's not a question of if; it's a matter of how far can they make it in the postseason.
Yeah, how far can they make it the postseason? I think but then they lost to that mid. They lost the freaking Panthers.
So did the Packers, and so did 6 other teams too.
Yeah, the Panthers are actually showing up to be a strong contender for the NFC South Division title.
Yeah, so I think I might gonna give them. I give them the 8. I'll be nice. I'll bump them down lower, but I'm like, okay, they at least could win a game and then win again. So I think they can have an easy road ahead to get to the postseason.
Yeah, there's another team that I really like from the NFC. It's not the Rams making the 8. I don't think there's any teams, well, besides the one team I'm thinking of, I'm not going to give them the 8. But that's another reason I'm not going to give the Rams an 8. Bump them from an 8 to a 7.
Oh yeah, you went from a 9 to 7. That's pretty interesting. You bumped their stock down.
Well, yeah, because you lose the Panthers. I know what the game was in Carolina. Yeah, like I said earlier, the Panthers are coming out as a contender for the NFC South. So yeah, the Panthers might make the playoffs. But yeah, I like the Rams at 7.
I mean, I still like the Rams at an 8 quite a bit. Like I honestly. If I had to pick a team from the NFC to make the Super Bowl, the Rams would be my pick pretty easily at this point. I mean, they seem to be the most complete team. I mean, kind of a fluky loss, but every team in the NFC has had a few of these at least this year. And so it's kind of like I'm not going to penalize the Rams for having a weird loss in a game that they kind of kept battling in. So like a nice 8.
Ooh, a nice 8 indeed in this one. And now we got to talk about the Carolina Panthers, who got a win. Can you believe it? The Go Panthers go. They won this game. It is crazy to think that the Carolina Panthers are still fighting for their lives right now. They are in the 10th seed. They have a winning record at 7-6.
Well, the thing that frustrates me about the Panthers is just the lack of. They kind of remind me of like some of the older school Lions teams where it's like they beat the teams that they should have no business beating. Then they'll turn around and like lose to like the New Orleans Saints or something random. It's like, what in the world is this? Like, if they just take care of the Saints, like they'd be a lock for the playoffs. But instead, they go around and they beat the Rams instead. It's like, come on, guys, like beat the bad team. Like, why are you only beating the good teams?
I will say last week we gave the Carolina Panthers right over here 5s. So we'll start with you, Douglas. What do you think about this?
Well, I was trying to look up who they beat. And I mean, I think unfortunately you're sitting at the 10 seed. You got to stay at a 5. As good of a win as this was, but I mean, the Buccaneers better watch out, man. The Panthers could make a run at them.
Yeah, and the Buccaneers are kind of collapsing a little bit. They're kind of like being sussy, and they're like kind of in this like thing. So the Panthers are like, I'm knocking on the door right now. I could come in there and maybe do that. So they got 5 more. They got 4 more games left. They got to play against the Saints, guaranteed win.
Why does it matter?
Buccaneers, which is that's a 50-50 right there. Seahawks, that's still murder's row, and the Buccaneers again. So it could be a battle between who makes the postseason right now in those final 3 games. I think I'm still going to keep.
I mean, they get the Buccaneers twice still, so like they could still easily win the division. They get the Saints this week, so like hopefully they can recover from their dud of a game like 3 weeks ago. There's hope.
Yeah. And here's where I'm gonna keep the Panthers at a 5. Panthers have a bye week. Sure, they beat the Rams, but the Buccaneers, who are the division leader right now, they play the Saints. Home game for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers should win this game. Buccaneers go to 8-5. Carolina stays at 7-6 since they have the bye week. So yeah, Carolina's going to be a team that just misses the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, those 2 teams of the Buccaneers are going to be huge because I mean, if they can beat the Bucs twice, then their odds obviously shift quite a bit. But that's not an easy task.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes indeed. And now we got to the Cleveland Brownies, who lost the game against the San Francisco 49ers, got absolutely obliterated, 26-8. Shador did not play good. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's terrible.
Why are you saying sorry? Who cares? He's a rookie quarterback. He's not going to play well. He won the 1 game as a starting quarterback. He was in Las Vegas against the Raiders, who were 2-8 at the time. So that should have been an easy win. We beat him 24-10. So it doesn't matter. You're playing. I know it's a home game. It's in Cleveland against the 49ers, who we've already mentioned that the 49ers are a team that's stepping it up. You know, Brock Purdy's back. CMC's looking like he did when he was, well, now as he was a rookie, but 2 years ago when he was not injured. So yeah, Juwan Jennings, he stepped it up. So the Browns, just because Shador Sanders didn't win, he's not 2-0 in his first 2 career starts, doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback. He's a rookie. We have the top 2 defense in the league, right behind the Texans. We give them a 2, I guess, since they lost. Gave them a 2 last week. Can't bump them up. Give them a 2. Our special teams. The Browns, we're down 7-0, and the 49ers scored that touchdown because we gave up another 60-yard return on a punt. And when we lost the Jets, we gave up 2 special teams touchdowns. So it's our special teams that is suffering. I'm comfortable with it too.
I mean, I do think that the Browns need a new coach. Like, I do think, like, I don't know why they're so bought into this guy. I mean, like you said, like, special team issues always comes down to coaching to me. Like, you give up a ton of special teams touchdowns. Like, you have an elite defense. Shador wasn't bad. I mean, I thought he was fairly efficient. I think he had a passing touchdown. So, I mean, he wasn't great, obviously. I mean, they put up 8 points. So, like, I'm not trying to sit here and say he was great either. I mean, a nice 2 sounds lovely to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one touchdown he did throw, the one touchdown the Browns did have, it was rookie to rookie. Short Sanders to our rookie, Harold Fannin, who's a rookie from Bowling Green State University, the tight end. So, yeah. We have a lot of good rookies.
I will say. My alma mater right over there. And I'm going to keep him at the 2 right now. Now, gentlemen, I will say we had an incident that happened right over here in the Browns, where one of the Browns players went down in injury and exchanged words between Juwan Jennings, Miko Collins. Did you hear about this one, Fyodor?
I know that he has a season-ending ankle injury. I don't know about the words that were exchanged.
Yes. So there were some words that were exchanged, and I figured I wanted to share.
The post-game interview. I thought they were talking man-to-man.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So this would happen right over here, gentlemen.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's some, like, he said some things that you should not say to another man ever. But like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched you nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
Sir, are you sure that some of these videos aren't AI generated?
Right, that felt AI AF, bro.
The way he said nuts multiple times, punching his nuts several times. I
That
don't
is
know.
not
I
AI.
don't know if that's legitimate, Stuart.
No,
Yeah, no, I kind of got sussy feelings too from that one.
Yeah, come on. Give us. Wait, where was it? What's the source on that video? What's the source?
oh, that was from a press conference. That was a Browns player.
Okay, but what's the source though? I know it's a Browns player. I know it's a press conference, but what's the source? You wanted to look it up because Doug and I both could creep out that was a AI generated.
No, that was not AI generated. That is not AI. I can tell you that is not AI.
I need multiple sources on the post game conference on that, but not right now.
That was pretty hilarious. I will say that.
All right, enough about the 3-9 Browns. How about those?
Yes, we got to talk about the fucking San Francisco 49ers, who are still alive, even though their injured as still hell. You know.
I mean, at this point too, like I mean, I've been trying to say that this team was going to collapse, and like it's clear that they're far better than I keep thinking that they are. So I'm going to start to show them some respect. I mean, they're 9-4, looking consistently good. Like they win week in, week out, and like I don't know if it's good coaching. Like they're a deep, solid team. I mean, I'm going to go with a nice 7 here. Like it just feels.
I think they could beat
Huh?
They would be the number 7 seed right now, and they would play against the LA Rams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about the matchup per se as much as like just this team to me looks like a team that could make a run with their consistency. Their defense is consistently solid. Like, granted, like there are flaws with this team, but I mean, when you're sitting there at 9-4, I mean, it sucks that they're in a division with the Rams and the Seahawks. But I mean, they're one of the better teams in the NFC. I think that much is kind of becoming clear to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm probably going to give them the 6 for right now. I feel like the 49ers are looking good, but they're still in that mid spot. Like right now, like they're still trying to fight for their lot. They've got 2 points ahead of the Lions. That's basically a number 8 right now.
I mean, that's pretty good. Like you got a 2-game lead. Like you're feeling pretty deep.
Lead. That's the one thing you do have. And the 49ers still have like their end of their season schedule. They got the Titans. That's an easy win.
Ooh.
Bears and Seahawks. We got 1 easy game and in the murder's row of 3.
Well, I mean, the Colts are struggling. The Seahawks they've already beaten this year. Like it's winnable. Like I don't know.
You don't know in that one, indeed.
I'm agree with Doug here. I know hypothetically they play the Rams, but hypothetically doesn't mean that's the truth or what's currently going on. So yeah, give me a 7 because here's what I'm envisioning. The Rams are going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. They're going to get a bye week. 49ers, they'll be a wild card since they're not winning the division. They'll probably win or beat whoever they're visiting. So I just feel like the 49ers, I know they have a lot of injuries on the defense, not so much the offense. George Kittle's back. Well, I don't know, say back in the sense that he was injured, but man, George Kittle had a great game against the Browns. I know it's the Browns, but yeah, Brock Purdy's back. CMC, like I said, he's a strong offensive asset. So yeah, I like the 49ers at a 7.
Yes, you gave him a 7 indeed. And now we got the Indianapolis Colts struggling again. Lost another game to the Houston Texans, 20-16. My God, what has happened to this Colts team? It just went from like their stock options like whoa, and then like wow.
Yeah, I mean the schedule stiffened up on them. I mean they shouldn't have blown that lead to the Chiefs, and then we'd be talking about the Chiefs eulogy here soon. And still feeling good about the Colts. But I mean, now all of a sudden we got a battle in the AFC South. We got 2 8-4 teams. The Texans right there, 7-5, who just beat the Colts. Like, Colts might miss the playoffs altogether, and that's wild to say.
So hard.
This is another thing. Like I said earlier, we gave the Eagles an 8 2 weeks ago. Another team that we gave an 8 2 weeks ago was the Indianapolis Colts. 8 last week, 7 this week for the Colts, or last week for the Colts.
Let's start with you, Christopher. Let's start with you. Actually, let's start with myself. So last week we gave them 7s. The Jacksonville, it's like the weirdest thing because like the Jaguars are still like 8-4. And they feel sussy, but then the Colts also look sussy, but then they lost. It's like 2 sussy teams in this division. And I don't even think even the Colts could not make the postseason. So I think just for the punishment, I got to give them down to the 6 right now, just because it's like, that's not good. You should not be losing to the Texans.
Here's what's great. We have the 2 division, the Jaguars are tightly in division lead, but then we have the Colts who are in second place in that AFC South. We have the Colts visiting the Jaguars. Teams are both 8-4 this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be a showdown. Hopefully Jonathan Taylor steps up a bit. Colts, hypothetically, who would they be playing right now? They'd be playing playing the Jaguars in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So maybe this upcoming week, Colts, Jaguars, maybe it'll prelude to the playoffs. Yeah, honestly, I like what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing. So the Colts, from a 7 to a 6. I agree with you, Stuart.
Yeah. Gun to your head, I should say, Chris. Will the Colts make a postseason?
Well, and here's another reason. Jonathan Taylor, he was minus 370 in the Offensive Player of the Year. And that was 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure where he's at now, but I don't think he's at the same, I don't think he has the great of odds as he did 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, he needs to step it up or the Colts might be in trouble.
And I think, too, like a perspective shift that I've been having about the NFL this year is like, I don't think I'm nearly as worried about teams that are dominant versus teams that just find a way to win. It's kind of like the Chiefs' logic last year where it's like they were never dominant, but they knew how to win games. And it's like you keep calling the Jaguars sussy, but they're sitting there 8-4 right there toe-to-toe with the Colts. And like the Colts, these last 4 weeks, they've lost 3 games because like they just haven't been able to finish, but like because it's tough, man. Like they still have a ton of talent, they still have a ton of potential, and that Texans defense is legit. But this is one that they kind of needed to win to really feel comfortable. And it's the feeling in Indy has changed real quick in 2 weeks. From being up 20-9 against the Chiefs last week, you're feeling good. You're like, cool, they're fine, the world is fine. To now, all of a sudden, it feels like panic. I'm gonna go with the 6. I wouldn't be shocked though to see this team slip up and completely miss it though either. They think they still play the Texans again, if I'm not mistaken. They still, they're playing the Jaguars this week, which is no gimme by any means. So I don't know.
We'll see how it goes indeed in this one. And then we got the Houston Texans, who won this game. They're now 7-5. Who would have thunked it that they're getting the mojo back right now? They are the number 8 seed right now, and they would be playing against the Buffalo. They would be not making the playoffs, but like I said, they're coming close. They're heading in there. They're like,
what's crazy? A couple weeks ago, maybe it was even last week, I mentioned that CJ Stroud, he was 0-3 or whatever as their starter. Then Davis Mills comes in, he turns the Texans around. But then now you have CJ Stroud going into Indianapolis Colts or into Indianapolis, where they were supposed to not say lose the game, but they weren't supposed to win the game. And CJ Stroud wins and he beats the Colts. So the Texans are, I won't say they're wishy-washy, but it's impressive what they're doing.
Yes. I will say last week we all gave them 5. So.
Well, this is like the opposite. The 2 Texas teams are the opposite, Stuart. Like the Texans have an elite defense, like come on offense, give us enough. Where the Cowboys like, come on, we have an elite offense, defense, just give us enough.
Yeah, that's really the frustrating part. So I think I'm going to give them the 5. They did beat the Colts. They are chugging along, but like I said, they're still in that 8 seed right now. And I think they could probably go up to that 6, but for right now, I feel like I can only give them the 5 for right now.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to give them a 6 because they've won 4 straight. They've won 5 out of 6. The 5 out of 6, their only loss was to the Broncos, who are top of the AFC. I like what the Texans are doing. They have a good rookie running back, Woody Marks. He didn't do too much this past week, but when he does show up, he shows up strong. So yeah, comfortable with the 6.
I mean, I'm on the fence, but I'm going to go with a 5. Like, I think if you go into Kansas City this week and can beat the Chiefs, easy 6 all day long. But it's like they're playing good, but I don't know. Like, I still gotta keep battling a little bit more, see more consistency from that offense before I'm feeling too confident just yet.
Yeah, I think you're just a little bit. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely feel like that this one could be an interesting team indeed. And now we got the Miami Dolphins beating the New Orleans Saints 21-17 right now. So the Dolphins, they're still kind of in this mid spot right now. They would not make the postseason as of right now, but they're still fighting for their lives. They are number 11. They're 5-7 right now. Last week we gave the Dolphins all 3s. So we'll start with Christopher. What would you think you give the Dolphins?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give them a 4. We haven't given a team a 4 yet, and also the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 5. Dolphins are 1 game out of, or 1 game behind the Chiefs. If the Chiefs are a 5, Dolphins are 1 game below the Chiefs. Then yeah, Dolphins with a 4. I mean, they won a game. We gave them a 3 last week. I'm comfortable with a 4. I mean, I'm not sure what went down this game other than the Dolphins being the 2-9 Saints. But yeah, they won.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh,
I like the logic of a 4 too. I mean, they're not a real threat to make the playoffs, and unfortunately, they're kind of in that football hell where it's like they're not really going to be a top, 10 pick, maybe even, but they're also not good enough to truly challenge for the playoffs. It's like, I don't envy the spot that they're in right now.
Did you guys see that? Now that I'm looking over what happened in the game, I did see a highlight about this. So the Saints went for a 2-point conversion, and the Dolphins intercepted it and ran it back. So when you intercept a 2-point conversion, you run it back, you get 2 points, and that's how the Dolphins got 2 of their points. Because otherwise, it was a 1 touchdown by Devon Achane, and then 4 field goals. So that's 19 points, and then that 2-point conversion reversal for the Dolphins.
Dang! So we went from a possible tied game to a 4-point win.
Exactly.
Yep, that's the most Saints way to lose that game. And yeah, I'm going to give the Dolphins a 4. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the postseason, let's be honest, even if they win out. They still have like a tough go. They got the Jets, they got the Steelers, Bengals, Buccaneers, and Patriots. They ain't going to win this one. I think there's probably going to be a eulogy. But hey, maybe they might make it as far than I thought it was. I thought this Dolphins team was done. I called them Dolphins. Now they're back to being the Dolphins.
Could you imagine if they quit starting like straight ass every year? Because like they always get hot towards the end of the year. It's like maybe try like not sucking for the first month and a half one of these years.
Yeah, maybe not get us 1s at one point and give them 2s and actually do better.
Or how about the Browns and the Dolphins just fire their head coaches?
Exactly. But I think the Dolphins said that they're kind of committed to Mike McDaniel and they want to give him more time. Like, all right. You guys can sit there in the Giants football hell with like their coach. It's like, okay, run it back. It's gonna be the same shit again. Whatever you're trying to accomplish here.
It seems like a lot of these teams that are not good, Dolphins, Browns, maybe even Saints. Oh, just give them more time. How much time are we going to give these coaches or these players? But hey.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do feel bad at like how instantaneous we are, but then you see, Ben Johnson take over the Bears, and all of a sudden they're really good. You see Mike Vrabel take over, and like sometimes it truly is that simple of a better coach equals better culture equals better results. I don't know.
And like we said, the last 3 podcasts, like you just the better culture, better organization. Yeah, not everyone's fit for where they're at.
Yeah, not better fit, indeed. And now, speaking of teams that are just still mid, the Atlanta Falcons lost to the New York Jets 24-27.
Yeah.
The Falcons are falconing their way to not making a postseason. Like, nobody's shocked right there on this one. Kirk Cousins is still he played better, but he still lost to the shitty Jets. Let's be honest. Last week we gave the Falcons
A 3.
all threes, except for you, Douglas. You gave him a 4. I'll go for
Yeah,
it.
that feels optimistic.
Yeah, this is a tank bowl. There's nothing much to say. This team's a 3 on this one. So we'll start with you, Christopher. What's your thoughts about the
I mean, we'll continue with me. I mean, yeah, we'll give him a 3. We're not gonna bump up to a 4. See, I'm comfortable with 3.
I mean, I'm tempted to go to a 2 almost, but like, yeah, I'll just bump them down to a 3 as well. Like, this is an all those teams too where you're just like, there's so much talent theoretically. Like, why are we this bad? I don't know. It's hard to watch this much talent be this miserable.
Cousins?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it because like it was a close game between the Jets and the Falcons. Like, why did they lose that game? But yeah, it was a last second field goal for the Jets.
Well,
And Bulk.
I mean, I'm getting interested too.
Cousins threw a lot better than Mr. Tyrod Taylor. But
Well, I mean, and the Jets are interesting too because you were talking about them going 0-17, and now they've won like I feel like 3 out of 4 or something like that. Stu, like they're hot.
They're hot for some reason. They won 3 games now. Look at this.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn figured something out.
yeah, they've won 3 of our last 5. Let's go, Jets.
And now the Jets are now 3-9. Let's be honest. They are moving up. They're chugging along.
I'm not gonna lie, Stu. I thought we did their eulogy already. I thought they were eliminated. I'm shocked to see them here.
Last week we gave the Jets. They're not eliminated.
Listen to the Jets eulogy, like the Jets preseason. I was like, oh wait, they're still in.
Yeah, I'm shocked that we're still talking about them at this point with how terrible they started.
Who would have thought that? I thought, okay, we're definitely doing the Jets eulogy first. But
yeah, I mean, this might be optimistic, but I'm going to go to a 3. I mean, you win 3 out of 5. You play decent ball. You can get a good score here from me. I'm feeling generous today.
yeah, I'm definitely feeling. Last week we all gave them 2s. I give them another 3. I mean, I think the Jets could maybe be a mid team. I mean, Tyrod Taylor could be an okay quarterback. I mean, they still got to play against the Dolphins, which that's a 50-50. Jaguars, they're going to lose. Saints, that's a 50-50. Patriots lost. Bills lost. So they're not going to probably make the postseason, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, there's at least 2 winnable games there, maybe 3. So, I mean, it's like, they could still somehow win 5-6 games potentially.
So, Jets have the same record as the Browns, 3-9. We give the Browns a 2. But they also beat the Browns. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep them at a 2. So, but the median is a 3 for you gentlemen or for us.
Ooh, you're just not optimistic on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Fields was a starting quarterback. Now they're on a Tyrod Taylor. I know they have Garrett Wilson, who's somewhat given up on the team. Keyword somewhat. He's not as into it as he once was. They still have Breece Hall. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one indeed in this one. And now we only got to talk about the Buccaneers because they beat the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. They did get the Cardinals did get a late touchdown, I will say, at 4 minutes left, but it didn't really matter. The Buccaneers still won this game on the close and the chinny chin chin. So we're going to start with you, Christopher. What is your thoughts on your favorite quarterback, Baker Mayfield?
Oh, man, I love Baker Mayfield. If only he was throwing as good he was the last few years.
Yes.
Hypothetically, they'd be playing at home since they're division winners against the Seattle Seahawks. Like I said, I'm up in the air about who's going to win that division. Like I mentioned earlier, Panthers have the bye week. Buccaneers play an easy team this upcoming week at home against the Saints. Keep the Buccaneers at a 6. Just the way they're playing, I don't think they have what it takes to make it to past the first round of the playoffs.
No. We'll start with you, Douglas. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I agree. I think they're a 6. I mean, they're unfortunately, like it looked early on like they might be a serious contender, but they've been banged up and I don't know. We'll learn a lot about them when they play the Panthers here twice. Because I was just looking, and like honestly, the numbers between Bryce Young and Baker Mayfield aren't as far apart as I thought. Ted McMillan is putting up similar numbers or even better numbers than Ibuka. It's like they're running back. Like I don't know. There's a lot to like about both teams. But I mean, the Buccaneers, they could beat anybody if they get hot, but it's hard to envision that right now. Like, they're not quite consistent enough for me.
Yeah, I feel like the Buccaneers has just been like, how do you barely beat the Cardinals? Granted, they did get a touchdown at 4 minutes, but still, it's like, you should have done better. I mean, and they're only like a game and a half away from the Cardinals. Like, let's be honest. Like the Carolina Panthers, they're tied. So it's like, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, I'll give them a nice 6. I mean, the Buccaneers, like the schedule right over here for the end of the year, they do have like the Saints. I think that's a guarantee win. Falcons, I think they're going to win. Panthers, it's 50-50. Dolphins, and then the Panthers again. So it's
besides the Panthers, that seems like a pretty winnable schedule.
Yeah, but then they got to play against the Panthers twice.
I mean, if the Panthers show up like they have done this entire season for the Panthers, maybe it won't be that easy for the Buccaneers.
It might be. Or maybe they might be too good. Indeed. And now we got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning a game against bitch slapping them Tennessee Titans 25-3. Decisive victory at away. Probably the biggest massacre right over here. We're going to start with Douglas. What is your thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars? And we gave them all 6s.
I mean, they're another one of those teams, kind of like the 49ers to me, where it's like each week that goes by, I get more and more confident in them. I mean, do I think that they're the best team in the AFC? Not necessarily, but they also have some really nice wins. Like I don't know. I mean, they're another team too that I don't know if we're giving their coach enough credit. I mean, you're sitting there 8-4. You're really competitive in the division, and I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what Trevor Lawrence's numbers look like. I'm not going to bump them up to a 7 per se. Like, I don't think, and they still have a chance if they somehow win their division. Like, I wouldn't be shocked to see them make a run, but like, I definitely think they're kind of on the weaker side of the playoff teams, unfortunately. So, a nice 6 for me sounds lovely.
Yeah, you know what? I'll bump them up to the 7 because I'm like, I think they could beat the Colts. Granted, I still feel like that they're still in this like sussy like right now mode right now. They do have a little bit of a tough schedule towards the end right over here where they got to play against the Colts. That's a 50 twice for the Colts, Broncos, but then they got the Jets and the Titans. So I think it's a little bit of a tough schedule, but we'll see how it goes. But I definitely do feel like there could be some confidence right over there. So we'll see.
I agree with Stuart. I'm going to go from a 6 to a 7. Hypothetically, the Colts would be playing in Jacksonville, first round of the playoffs, but also this upcoming week, the Colts play in Jacksonville for regular season. I don't know what the comparison is with Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence at the quarterback position. But yeah, if Jonathan Taylor can actually show up, because he has not done the last 2 weeks, that'd be amazing. But right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing better ball than the Indianapolis Colts. So that's why I'm giving them a 7.
Yes. 7 indeed. And now, we got another team right over here. We got the Minnesota Vikings right over here, who did the opposite of ball. They absolutely got curb stomped 26-0. And I figured, gentlemen, we probably got to show this clip right over here of them absolutely getting by a pick 6. And I figured, it was the accoutrement of a great pick 6 right over here, gentlemen. So I figured I wanted to show this.
Oh, here we go. Brosmer, whatever his name is.
He rolls. He's pressured. He's in trouble. Heaves it up.
Great.
Ernest Jones, house call. He will take it all the way. A game-changing play from Ernest Jones.
Yeah, for everyone that's watching our sports
4 yards and no flags.
That game, that play was not AI generated. I watched that. That was embarrassing. But
all of them were not AI generated. I'm just saying.
I mean, the interview with the other guy, that was AI generated.
No, it was not. I can check the tape.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the Vikings. I know JJ McCarthy, his rookie year, was unsuccessful with the injury, but now he's injured again. So you have another rookie quarterback with, well, I don't know his first name, but Brosmer for the Vikings. Yeah. That was embarrassing. What did we give the Vikings last week?
We
gave
gave
them
the
a 3.
Minnesota Vikings.
Well, what's the Vikings record real quick? Let me look it up here. The Vikings are sitting at 4-8. Oh man,
we gave them 4s. Ugh.
I thought we gave them 3s last. It doesn't matter. Well, if we gave them 4s this last week, then I'm giving them a 3 this week because they are not. They're a team that's not performing well, and they're not going anywhere quickly.
No.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a 3 is where I'm at too. Like, it's unfortunately a loss year for them. So it's, at this point, they can kind of play spoiler, and that's about what their role is going to be.
I mean, and he also had 4 interceptions and 4 sacks. This guy.
Well, remember, he's also a rookie, like I mentioned.
I know, but it's
not every rookie is going to be a star quarterback. They're gonna have their hills, their valleys, their mountains, their lows. So
yeah. I mean, first for a start against a really solid Seattle team was never going to be easy.
Yeah, go against Seattle, one of the top dogs in the NFC. Oh yeah, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give them a 3. Like this team, it's like I don't know how long JJ's out, but even if they keep JJ, like they're screwed. They're doomed. They're doomed. And also, you got perp stomped 26-0. You know what I mean? You didn't score a touchdown. I know it's a rookie still. Like it's been a disappointing year as a Vikings. I will say that, in my opinion, they should have done a lot better this season.
I think in everybody's opinion too, they're 14-3 last year.
They're 14-3, and they went to like disaster mode right over here. And now we got the Seattle Seahawks curb stomped. Them.
They did the curb stomping. They didn't get
curb massacre right over there.
And this is a direct correlation what happens when you get rid of Sam Darnold.
Yes. They somehow do better. It is funny because this is the Sam Darnold revenge game. I never thought about that until now. It's like, oh yeah, this is what happens when you get rid of him. So we'll start with you, Christopher. Last week we gave the Seattle Seahawks all 7s.
I'm gonna keep them at a 7. I mean, I haven't given NFC team an 8 yet because there's 3 or 4 teams that I like. Seahawks are one of them, but because there's 2 or 3 others that I enjoy as well. But I'm gonna keep them at a 7.
Ooh.
I like what Sam Darnold's doing. That running back position. I like when teams have a duo, but they need to focus on one quarterback or one running back. I know Charbonnet scored the touchdown. Kenneth Walker led in rushing yards. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think Jackson Smith and the Jigba did much of anything in this game, but they still got the W.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go up to an 8. Like, I truly think they're one of the best 2 teams. Like, I think I've said this for a while, and like, I don't know. I mean, I truly think that they're one of the 2 most complete teams in the NFC.
Like the Seattle Seahawks is looking amazing. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule right over here for the Seahawks. So for the remaining games right now, they got to play against the Falcons. That's an easy one. Colts look a little bit sussier, and they're kind of collapsing. Rams and Seahawks, that's going to be an interesting one. Panthers, who's kind of mid, but they're fighting for their lives, and 49ers. So they still have a murder's row of a tough schedule. But I'm kind of agreeing with Douglas right now. I think, did I already give another 8? I think I'll have to give him the 7 for right now because I think I already gave out 2 8s.
Wait, what? So you can give as many 8s as you want.
I was saying, I don't think you gave out 2 8s. I mean, I think you gave an 8 to the Rams, and that was it. Who else did you give an 8 to?
No, I did not. Yeah, so you know what? I am going to give him the 8. Yeah, I'm going to give him the 8. I do think this team's going to make the NFC Championship. It's going to be interesting when it's Rams versus Seahawks. That's going to be an interesting game. We could see the murder's row of who's going to win this one in this tough division. And now the LA Chargers won this game, but what cost? Because Justin Herbert got hurt in this game.
Well, I mean, they said he should be good to go for like this upcoming week, and I think he still played after the injury too.
Yeah, like 31-14, but we'll start with myself right over here. So the Chargers are still fighting for their lives to make that postseason right now. I believe they are the 5th they're in that crummy. They're going to play against the Jaguars. They would be playing against Baltimore. Can I both give them 6s? Just because I just don't think this team's that great. Like, they're number 5, but still, it's like, you did beat a Raiders team. You did beat them decisively this time. But you got to play next against the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Broncos.
Oh, that's a brutal end for sure.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
brutal
Based on
end.
that schedule, I'm going to agree with you, Stuart. I'm going to give them a 6 as well, man, with that kind of upcoming schedule. I know they got the win against the Raiders. Oh, good job. So, yeah, Herbert got injured. I did not know about that. So, pending his injury and how long it is, I'm comfortable with 6.
I mean, they said he's going to play next week, but he does need surgery. I mean, I agree with the 6. I mean, hearing that schedule, I wouldn't be shocked to see them not, because, I mean, those are 5 losable games down the year. But, I mean, they probably win 1 or 2 of them at least. But, unfortunately, the injury bug has hit them real rough this year.
They got the injury. I feel like they got the worst injury bug. I feel like they just got the worst injury bug right here.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of another injury bugs right over here, gentlemen, we have the Steelers absolutely getting creamed, destroyed, massacred at Pittsburgh, 26-7 against the Buffalo Bills. Aaron Rodgers did not look good, and he got injured a lot. And there were a lot of sacks. And I figured we probably should say, I wanted to see what your thoughts, gentlemen, on Mike Tomlin was talking about this game right over here. Press conference right over here.
Yeah, 9 sacks. Yikes.
Dude, if the AI generated, I'm going to walk off.
It is not AI generated. I know this is one.
It's no different than what you guys do. You guys might write a bad article or a couple of bad articles. Does it lessen your confidence in your ability to write articles the next time? I imagine it doesn't, because you've been doing it all your adult lives. And it's the same for us as individuals or a collective in this business. Certainly our last performance wasn't up to snuff, but I don't know that it lessens our belief in self or our ability to deliver individually and collectively moving forward. It's what we.
Mm-hmm. I figured we'd probably put in that press conference right over here. So, gentlemen.
That's what he said made absolutely no sense.
I'll say, I mean, I get what he's theoretically saying, but, like, I've watched your team for a while, and, like, you should stop believing. Like, you're not a good football team. Like,
how can you stop believing? I mean, I'm like, I mean, it was even crazier because, like, I think even Aaron Rodgers walked off a press conference also, and like, it's like the Steelers are not gonna, like, last week we gave them the 5. I give them the 4. I'm like contemplating giving the Steelers the 4. I know they're 6-6, but, like, come on, they're number 9. I got to give them the 4 just because of that loss. Last week I gave them a 5. I don't feel confident on the Steelers. Like, I think they need a losing season, and I think they're going to have a lot of pain next year if Aaron Rodgers leaves. What are they going to do after next year? And I feel like they're heading into Red Wings. They're heading into Penguins territory in hockey. I know this is football, but still, like, I could see they could just be bad for years upon years upon years.
And I don't even think, like, it has to do with Aaron Rodgers, whether he's going to be there next year or retire. I mean, how they're currently playing, I agree with a 4. I was going to go to a 5, but then, yeah, Stuart, you opened my eyes. Like, how are they currently playing? They've lost 5 out of the last 7 games, and then they play the Ravens. I know they play the Dolphins, and then the Lions, and then the Browns. But it's like even the Dolphins and the Browns games, those might be tough contenders. But when you play the Ravens twice in the last 5 games, this might be like I think, I don't know if it was Doug or Stu mentioned earlier, the Bengals might be possibly the division winners here, if not, second place in the division. So yeah, Sears with a 4.
yeah, I mean, I was reading an article today too. It's about, like, kind of teams with red flags and what was real versus what was fake. And one of the things that I had a lot of really good points was kind of how they're over. I think they were second in salary cap on defense. Like, they pay a ton of money for their defense, but they're, like, barely in the top 20 for, like, actual defensive effectiveness. Like, their trade for, like, Jalen Ramsey hasn't worked out. TJ Watt, while still putting up numbers, has lost a step. Like, they're just not at that same level, but they kind of had to pay a bunch of dudes to, like, kind of try to keep it together. And I mean, I know you make the comparison every week, Stu, but kind of going to the Red Wings, what they ended up doing is they overpaid a bunch of guys that were just good enough to get them into the playoffs, and then those dudes eventually get older, and it's like, so like they're kind of at that really weird spot where they're going to need probably a roster reset.
Yes.
So I mean, I agree with you, gentlemen. I mean, I think that they're probably closer to a 4. They're playing closer to me to like a Miami Dolphins level than they are to like consistent, like actual playoff threat type of a team.
And I hate to say it, there's a reason why the last time the Steelers won a playoff game was 2016. It's been 9 years.
Well, I mean, and too, like, I know at the beginning of the season I was pretty low on Pittsburgh, and like they had the nice start, and I was like, man, maybe I'm wrong. But like I feel validated that this team has fallen off a cliff because they seemed sussy to me going into the year, and this has just validated that.
Yeah, I think it validated me indeed in this one. But look at this. Buffalo won a game. They're back, baby. Bills Mafia and throwing those chairs. They won a game. Let's go. So we'll start with you, Douglas. What is your thoughts on Bills? On Bills
I mean,
Mafia?
I'm not gonna lie. I still have a lot of question marks about this team. Like, they're in the playoffs theoretically, but like,
They're number
I
7.
don't know what it is. Like, it feels weird to say, but I don't have confidence in this team. Like, usually I'm like, okay, like they're clearly awesome, like, but like, there's just some, like, last night I was at a restaurant here, and they put on the Buffalo versus Pittsburgh replay. And like even then, like Buffalo just like looked a little bit slow. Like they're a little bit more of a run-heavy team than they have been in the past, which isn't bad when you have a back of James Cook's caliber. But like I don't know. Like there's just something that feels off about this team to me this year. And I can't quite fully figure out what that is. I mean, I'm gonna go with a 7. Like I think that they'll still kind of be in the mix, and I wouldn't be shocked to see them make a run. But like there's definitely a few teams that I kind of think would have more confidence in if the playoffs started tomorrow.
Oh, so you're bumping them up from a 7 to 6, from a 6 to 7.
Yeah, 6-7.
6, 7. Sorry. God damn these jackals. I feel like I'm like a cranky old
I went to that
Raw viewers with the 6-7.
I went to that wrestling event last night, and I ended up sitting next to like a random kid, and just out of nowhere, he'd look at me and go 6-7, and I'm like, all right, buddy. Like, all right, little man. Like, it was pretty funny though.
Random tangent. You know how you kill the 6-7? You make all the teachers basically be like, "Hey, we're gonna say 6-7, and I'm gonna put it on the tickety talk." So
what you do
here's
is
the thing.
Teachers is the first move, but also the parents.
yeah, the
Parents start doing it.
cool as
Well, I
possible.
mean, here's the thing, though. My nephew at school, the teachers have started to do it, then the kids just think it's even funnier now. Like, I thought it was going to die, and then, like, one of the teachers showed up in a 6-7 shirt, and the kids thought it was hilarious. So I don't know.
Yeah, but let's be honest, indeed. But let's go back to the Buffalo Bills. I still got to give them the 6. They're still in this. They're in that barely could make the postseason. They could barely just like get eliminated. They're still in that fighting for their lives. They got to play against the Bengals this week, which that's not a gimme. Patriots, who's their daddy right now? It's Drake May right now. The Brownies, the Eagles, and then they can play against the Jets, which doesn't gimme. But still, that's like there's like 3 games. 2 or 3 games, it's like a little bit of tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine at 6 because hypothetically they'd be playing the Broncos in Denver.
Wait,
you know how the Broncos
Sorry,
are
you
playing.
did give him 7 last week. Sorry, Chris.
What?
You did give him a 7 last week. I did look.
Oh, so I can't go back down?
Yeah,
I mean,
unless
you still could. You can do whatever you want.
all right. Then I'll keep him at a 7. You're right. Sorry. Well, so yeah, there was a communal vote there for a 6, but apparently I gave him a 7, 6-7. I guess I'll keep him at a 7 since they won the game. All right, gotcha.
yeah, you did give a 6-7 to this team right over here.
Well, no, I can't go down. I thought I gave him a 6 last week, but I can't go from a 7 to a 6. See, I'm cool with 7.
You only go from a 6 to a 7.
6 to a 7, indeed. And now we got the Washington Commanders, who commanded another overtime loss for the Monday Night Football. This Sunday Night Football, I thought it was going to be a dud. This actually was a fun Sunday Night Football. Super close, went to overtime. But unfortunately, gentlemen, something happened in the overtime where they tried to go for 2, and I figured we got to show the clip right over here, gentlemen, about the
Yeah, I mean, definitely the right decision to go for it, though. Like, why not?
Yeah, they made it work for 2 points.
Washington for the win. Mariota has it rejected.
Oh.
Benito, and Denver has won 9 in a row.
It is also crazy that Denver has won like such close games. How does this happen?
I don't know, Stu. Just look at the Chiefs last year.
But they have the clutch gene this week. So unfortunately, the Washington Commanders, we gave them 2s. I'm still keeping out of the 2. Like, it's bad when literally the Cardinals are in a higher position and they are eliminated, but you're still in it. No, you're getting a 2. You are getting a 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, quick and easy. Give him a 2. I mean, the James Daniels is not back. He should return within the next few weeks, but yeah, easy 2.
I mean, easy 2. No need to spend too much time. I mean, you went for 2, you didn't make it, so you can stay at a 2.
Yeah, you went for 2, and unfortunately, you only got a 2 when you failed.
A successful 2-point conversion, maybe they're a 3, but
yeah, if you had a successful 2 points, I was like, okay, you beat the Broncos, right? That's at least good. Now, it is crazy to think, like, the Denver Broncos have gotten the clutch genes, and they won a lot of games in field goals. They won a lot of games in, like, less than 2 points. And they're the second highest seed. Last week, we gave the Denver Broncos country, let's ride.
Give him an 8.
I mean, Chris gave him 8s. Douglas gave him a 7. So we'll start with you.
If it's on me right now, I can't stoop down. I'm not going to bump up to a 9 because I could have swore we gave the Rams a 9 last week. That was the only team.
You give a 9.
Yeah, that was the only team we gave a 9 so far this season was the Rams. Yeah, the Broncos. I'm going to keep them at an 8. I like what they're doing. Bo Nix, heck yeah, let's ride.
I'll bump them up to an 8. Like, I think with the Colts kind of faltering and like there's not really another really solid team in the AFC right now. It's like, who's the real threat? Like, the AFC feels more wide open than ever. It's like the Patriots, maybe, I don't know, but like both those teams, you still got to see the postseason success. You have the Josh Allens and the Lamars right there that possibly make it. It's going to be kind of fun to see like those MVP caliber quarterbacks go on the road against elite defenses in the playoffs. And like, I don't know, I'm excited for the playoffs, but.
And they do have a tough schedule. I mean, they do got the easy Raiders, who they're already done, so that's an easy win. But then it's the Packers, Jaguars, Chiefs, and Chargers. That's a tough games. And I think if they continue to win all those games and win out, I'm continuing giving them the 8 right now. And I could maybe give them the 9. Maybe Bo Nix can get it to that Super Bowl caliber team, which nobody thought that Bo Nix was going to do it. It is crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
And now we got a final game. We only have to talk about the New England Patriots because they won this game by 15 points. It was pretty much an easy win, 33-15. And unfortunately, even though this is not the Patriots, I had to do this, gentlemen, to show.
Yeah, you got the clip, Stuart. Heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I got
you had it. The worst kick in NFL history.
The worst kick in NFL history. Thank you, Urinane Tree.
Young
Wing. We got to show this. The worst kick ever.
7 yard line out by Young Wing. Stumbled.
Oh.
Patriots ball.
I died laughing when they cut to Jackson Dart, and it just looked like he said, "You got to be effing kidding me."
I know Jackson Dart. I know the Giants got eliminated, but oh my god, I just had to show that kick. Like, oh my god, that was.
I just hope that the NFL eventually, not next year, maybe not the year after. Hopefully, within our lifetime, maybe in the next 10 years, they get rid of foot stuff, meaning they get rid of kickers. Go for a 1-point conversion on the 2-yard line, 2-point conversion on the 5-yard line, because these kickers they play a vital role, but like they keep screwing up on like easy attempts, stuff that they should be annihilating. Because
I like the kickers. Like I am pro kicker. I think it's fun when you have like the Cowboys with like their elite kicker. Like I feel like it adds a fun layer to the game personally. And maybe I'm in the minority on that though. But like, dude, I feel like you didn't even show the best angle of that kick because it like I don't even think he hit the ball. Like I think he just straight hit the turf.
Yeah, he hit the ground. There was no ball touching with his foot.
Like just a complete. Not even. How do you miss the ball? Like you know, like my God.
I don't know. I mean, that would be tough in game time. Like, oh my God, I don't think I could kick like garbage.
I mean, I think you would make contact with the ball, Stu. I mean, it might just go straight at your like offensive line there, but you would make contact at least. Like sign Stu up for $2 million a year to kick the ball. Like
that is the most
the offensive line, right?
That is the most interesting Giants play. I cannot wait for when I listen to Dumpster Fire podcast and just talk about like because 5 Point Fizz is a Giants fan, just to talk about the kick. They're going to talk about the kick, just the embarrassing.
I mean, and thankfully for him, I mean, it was such a blowout. I mean, I watched this game and like I felt comfortable leaving after the first quarter because I think they were up 17-0. They put up 30 spot at the half. I mean, they were in control of this game. And like this is how you take care of a team that you're better than at home. Like it was never in doubt. They kind of played, I mean, it wasn't perfect football, but it was pretty well-rounded. They had a special teams touchdown. Drake May was effective. Defense was decent. I mean, I feel comfortable giving them an 8 as well, oddly enough. Like I think anytime they can win 9 straight games or whatever it's been, and like they have the longest winning streak for the Patriots since 2015, and there's like 3 Super Bowls that they've won since then.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. So looking at their schedule, they got to play against the Bills. That's going to be an interesting one. That's a murderous row. But then they got to have an easy schedule because then it's the Ravens. I think they could beat them, but that's a tough one. Then they got the Jets and Dolphins. Like they have an easy path to make it. Like they got an easy path to get that number 1 seed.
I mean, they're playoff locks at this point, like obviously, but like they're not 1 seed locks at all. But the Broncos schedule is tougher, I think, to end it.
Yeah, and I honestly think the Patriots are probably gonna get that 1 seed. I'm gonna give them the 8 for right now. I just think they got it easy. As long as they don't lose those last 2 games, I think it's easy. I think they're golden.
I agree with you guys. Yeah, give me an 8. I like what they're doing. Yeah, 9 straight wins. They started the season 1-2. They started the season 1-2, and now they got a 9-game win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, 10-game winning streak. Patriots are doing it. Well, they have an easy win, easy schedule behind them because they beat the Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Jets.
Well, I mean, Jason Kelce. Oops.
Oh, sorry. It sucks if you're a Bills fan or a Jets fan. It's like Brady left. Belichick is gone. He was washed. Patriots going to suck for years upon years. Meet the old Bob.
That would suck as a Patriots fan. I feel like that's a good.
Well, I mean, it would be like it's like the Patriots back again. Like, God damn it.
Yeah, you got Vrabel and you got May. Heck yeah.
I mean, it feels like the Packers too, where some teams are just blessed with consistent franchise quarterbacks.
Why can't the Packers go back to the 70s and 80s where they just sucked? Like that was a great decade. Go back to that era.
Yeah.
But I will say, that is it for all the teams. We did it. Woo! We did it. So, gentlemen, we're going to probably talk about next week on week number 14, which is any games you're excited upon, and that is not Cowboys and Lions.
I mean, yeah, that might be the game of the week on Thursday night, but I'm really excited for this Bengals-Bills game. Like I said, that should be like a 90-point score between both of them. So,
Colts Jaguars is going to be a big one.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Monday night, Eagles Chargers. That's if Herbert's back, and what the Eagles if the Eagles technically aren't frauds, that should be a great game.
Yes. And honestly, I would say Texans Chiefs are actually a really good game. Like I think it's basically both teams have to fight for their lives in this game.
Heck yeah, it should be a fun week of football, that's for sure.
It's gonna be a fun week, and also college football is gonna be so much fun. But like I said, we'll discuss that tomorrow on the college football podcast this week. So, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on this week's podcast?
No.
I hope that this year's Lions-Cowboys game goes similar to last year without Nathan Hutchins' injury, though.
No. I hope it's like 2 years ago where the refs were the MVP of that game.
Stu, I can't keep handling the refs screwing the Lions. We've seen it happen like 2 weeks in a row with the BS call against, we can't – the Lions eventually have to get a call that goes in their favor, right? Like, how can one team have this much misery against the refs?
I just can't wait for the day where like the refs help the Lions, and then it's like it was rigged. It's rigged for Detroit.
I'll say if anybody complains about that, like, just shut up. Just shut up immediately, because there's not a team in the history of the league, in my opinion, very biased opinion, that has been screwed more than the refs than the Lions.
Yes, indeed. So, like I said, this week we're pretty much going to talk about, for the NFL schedule, we're going to talk Week 14, and we're going to talk about also tomorrow, gentlemen. We're going to talk about the college football playoff, the conference championships, and the rivalry weeks. So, because we're going to get action into college football. So, as always, gentlemen, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gators. So, as always, take care. Bye-bye.